Oklahoma defeats Kansas 35-23 in a very lackluster, very flat performance in which Caleb Williams made tons of plays down the stretch that really won the game for Oklahoma despite a very sluggish defensive performance overall, which has begun to be the trend towards the middle part of the season for Oklahoma. So I think overall it was expected. I think for Oklahoma to be flat in this game, coming off of two fairly emotional games. Obviously, the Texas game is always emotional. TCU game was emotional just for the fact that um, just for the fact that all the hype surrounding the possibility of Caleb Williams making his first start, and then being back at home after the excitement of the Texas game, and then to come to this game. They even mentioned on the broadcast 11 a.m. kickoff at Kansas. No one seemed to really. I mean, you could tell that the team really didn't care, which was very much expected. Tons of people out from an injury perspective on both sides of the ball. So the flatness was expected. However, you would expect Oklahoma to rebound much quicker than they did, and played just honestly, guys, one of the worst halves of football Oklahoma's played in 20 plus years. I'm trying to remember an equally as bad half as that Oklahoma has played over the last 15 to 20 years, down 10 to nothing at halftime. Not completely blaming the offense on in the first half. They really just didn't get a lot of opportunities. It started early on. The very first drive of the game for Kansas went right down the field, took right at about 10 minutes off the clock, a little less, closer to 9 minutes, but still, that's the MO of these teams that play Oklahoma, and you're going to see it time and time again over the next 5 games in the regular season. Then that, sorry, 4 games with trying to remember, no, 4 games, 8-0 right now, 4 games the rest of the regular season. That's the MO that you're going to see these teams do whatever they can to keep Oklahoma's offense off the field. I think the one calling card that you've seen from this defense, to a certain extent early on, is they were able to stop the run. Well, they've not stopped the run at all. Over the last couple of games, Kansas gashed them. I don't know I can look at the final stats here, but close to 200 yards rushing for the game, I think, for Kansas. So that's not working. And so I think you credit Caleb Williams. I think I give him the biggest consideration for Oklahoma winning this game. When you look at the plays, obviously in the first half, he forced that one ball down the field, which, you live and die with some of those to a certain extent to take some of those chances. But I think that shows, what you're going to see is you're going to see a couple of mistakes, but you're going to see a few great plays that he makes. The 40-yard touchdown run was a great play, and then obviously one of the best plays I've ever seen. Particularly a true freshman to make, was to take the ball from Kennedy Brooks just to get that fourth down conversion. Because who knows if Oklahoma doesn't convert that, we may be talking about one of the most embarrassing losses in Oklahoma Sooner football history. Just because I don't know if there is a lot of confidence in Oklahoma's ability to stop Kansas at that point. Specifically, that last drive, they went up and down the field extremely, extremely quickly. So that was kind of really just frustrating to see how the defense had played a lot better in the second half, at least. So 166 yards on the ground for Kansas. So not good. Definitely not good at all. So a lot of work to do on defense. The one thing that you will the slimmest of credits that you'll give to the defense is I know they've got a ton of people out. Willie Washington, DJ Graham, DTY, Jalen Redmond, lots of guys that are still out, that are completely still out. Hopefully they'll be back. For Texas Tech, or definitely because Oklahoma has a bye week between Texas Tech and Baylor. They definitely will need them from Baylor. So I think Baylor brings a different challenge, obviously, but still, the defense has to get better. They have not played well at all in the last 3 games against Texas, TCU, and then today against Kansas as well. A better team would have certainly would have beat Oklahoma. So